I've never kept my opinion about KEF a secret. They're a mass market brand that has really dialed in form and function. They provide a unique minimalist design with exceptional sound quality, and the LSX II LT are no exception. In this video, we're gonna talk about a few things: the looks, the sound, and the value. The only three criteria that actually matter when making most decisions in this hobby. Let's get to it. Hello friends, I'm Mike and this is Audio Architects once again, where I explore all things audio. So if that's your jam,
I don't buy jam, I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
Then now would be a good time to subscribe to the channel and like the video, because that's what everyone else says to do, so do it. Do it. I did review the predecessor to these speakers, the original LSX2, and there are two things that stood out in comparison with this new model, and that's the finish on the LSX2 had that cloth on the sides. These are just clean matte finish in their corresponding color. The other thing was that these don't have an auxiliary input, which forces you to use the internal DAC that KEF chose for this system. If those two things don't bother you, then save your money because these are $400 cheaper. Aside from those two major aspects and a few techie differences, they sound identical to their predecessors. See how easy that was? You can now click off and know in your heart that I helped you on your way. I can't decide whether I like the matte finish more than the carpeted version. I'm kind of torn. Let me know in the comments which finish you like better. These have a tiny footprint, so for a desktop, they're ideal. I have them propped up on a pair of isoacoustic stands which use this magic that make the speakers sound better. I'm just kidding. I just like the way they look, and they elevate these speakers just the right amount to hit my ears and my face in the right way when I'm sitting at my desk. Whether they change the way these speakers sound is still up for debate. The guy who designed these, an English guy named Michael Young, I really like his work. A super minimalist, clean design across most of his projects. I like it when companies have enough sense to say, hey, this guy, one of the best in his field, and his design approach fits our eclectic bohemian vibe, let's pay him to do it. KEF had that sense, and it looks like it paid in dividends because these last few projects have been absolutely stunning. These don't really do anything extraterrestrial, they just work. You take a digital input, you plug it into the back of the main speaker, or you connect directly from your personal device to the speakers and away you go. One feature I thought was cool though is that the secondary speaker is now connected through a USB-C cable, which is new to this line because normally KEF was using an RJ45 Ethernet connection. I like the USB-C connection though. It provides enough power to the amp to run the speakers and transmits the information all through one cable, which is rad because you only need to plug in one speaker instead of having to plug both of them in to the electric. On the back panel, it's pretty standard. HDMI for your TV and USB-C input and optical input for your digital connections. I have these connected through the optical input coming from my Feel R7, which is connected via USB-C directly to my PC. They also have a subwoofer output, which on speakers like these, it should go without saying that they need a sub to provide anything close to a full range experience. It blows my mind when speaker companies don't include a sub out on certain products that actually need it. With their size and the understanding that there isn't an analog input around back, these make really good desktop speakers since you can connect them to your desktop computer or laptop through the USB-C input. KEF couldn't have made the process any easier. Now, to take things a bit further down the rabbit hole, KEF offers a mobile app that acts like a remote, giving you full control over volume, source selection, and EQ features. The EQ features really help dial in the speakers to your exact room and placement. Through the app, you can access your different music streaming services, as well as access music on your home server. You have no idea how nice it is to have these features built into your speakers. These act like a complete stereo system, which is very cool. These speakers worked well with the selection of music I threw their way. I used my speaker test playlist on Qobuz, you can check that out, links down below. The standouts I would say are the mid-range and the overall clarity of the sound. That's why you go with KEF, guys. With the majority of their offerings, you can hear every last detail of the recording, just crisp and precise. The opportunity, obviously the bass, but can I really hold that against a 4.5-inch driver? I don't want you to think these are a one-trick pony because they did provide a beautiful sonic landscape. I worked on positioning for a while. I personally found that they love being, towed in a little bit. I tried them with a couple of video games to see how things sounded, in that aspect, and they didn't disappoint. They were immersive and had that impact that every gamer loves if you're playing a, first-person shooter. I mean, sometimes you need to know if someone is coming from the left or the right or even behind you. And these did a great job. With gaming, I'm usually a headphone guy, but I could see myself using these to play my games and give my ears a rest from the headphones. I do feel these overall nailed it at their price point, and I would recommend them to someone who needs a proper speaker for their desktop, which is how I applied them. Or for anyone looking for a pair of small form factor speakers for a bookshelf or small space. These would be ideal for like a dorm room or someone just needing some nice music for whatever reason. You don't need to be an audiophile or hobbyist to enjoy a pair of speakers. You don't need to join the cult just to enjoy your Backstreet Boys CD. If you're looking for something more serious, I would definitely encourage you to look more in the direction of the LS50 Metas from KEF or even the Q350s, which would be better for a larger space or like a living room. A quick update on the channel, the name did go back to Audio Architects, guys, which was the original intention for this channel. I'm also launching a brand new channel for those interested in camera gear, desktop setup, everyday carry, and just all around tech and content creator type stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, head over to Dream in Digital or just follow the link in the description below. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you want to take it a step further, I do have a Patreon you can join to show your support and appreciation of my work. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video. If you enjoyed yourselves, I encourage you to strip the like button from any dignity it may have had.
What are you looking at, ass?
Nothing, sir!
You plotting on me, boy?
No, sir!
Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notified every time a new video is born. With all that said and done, friends, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.